What did we kind of gauge from the announcement from Nissan, and how does the outlook appear to be?
Well, they're essentially keeping their outlook the same, which is perhaps a slight disappointment. They got a nice tailwind coming out of last year with the yen's weakness versus the dollar, which helped their bottom line. And they're not quite so optimistic that that's going to be the case this year. Obviously, the yen-dollar relationship has adjusted a bit, and also it's still the company is still being dragged down by a shortage of critical semiconductor chips, which is hampering production and sales volumes, and is a limiting factor. On the other hand, the results were fairly positive, and much like Toyota, which really knocked it out of the park in its earnings picture. These companies tend to be a bit conservative with their forecasts. They like to underpromise and overdeliver. We certainly saw that with Toyota, and Nissan's probably much the same. They're a little reluctant to get too far ahead of their projections for production capacity and also the yen-dollar.
How much higher are the stakes when it comes to Nissan's growth strategy now that we have this revamp with this alliance with Renault?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, Nissan for years has kind of been the stronger partner in the alliance, and this is kind of simply a reflection of that fact, and also the unwinding that was kind of put together by the former chairman Carlos Ghosn. It's been a long time in coming. Ghosn left the scene a few years ago. So, I mean, I think Nissan is in pretty good shape as it is. It comes at a time when it needs to invest a lot of money in its electrified future, and not having the French as strong of a partner could be a potential weakness going forward. But as many have pointed out, the alliance never really worked the way it was intended. The benefits to both companies were oftentimes something that's looked a lot better on paper than in reality. So I think Nissan's in a pretty strong position coming out of it. Does raise some questions about their global strategy in some ways, but all in all, it's not a bad deal for them.